Well, actually, we'll talk about more subjects next time, of course, which is tomorrow, of course. We'll talk a little bit more subjects tomorrow too. But I wanted to talk about Orion. Do you guys remember what is it? Kids World Ryan or whatever the fuck that one kid or so, Let's talk about Sunako. No, we're not talking about me. We're talking about the Ryan Kids World Ryan or whatever his it's fucking this kid or so where he used to be like Ryan's World, I think that's what it's called, right? Ryan's World. Like it's some kid or so that used to review toys, but now, he's a little bit more older and well, he's not a kid anymore. And the parents seems to like, at least from what I'm seeing anyways, at least from this video, it doesn't look like he's doing very well. So let's go take a look and see what's happening, shall we?
Is that?
Before I do that, I'm gonna blast my fucking ears. I need to lower down the volume because it's super loud in my ears.
The exit? What?
When a Chinese kid is trying to leave the Nike sweatshop, Ryan Kiji is living proof that child labor is here to stay. This kid just turned 13 years old and his parents are still forcing him to pretend to be a toddler for views on YouTube.
Each egg has a surprise inside it. There's exclusive movie figures.
Bruh, look at my man's face. He looks like he's one day away from resetting his real life character, if you know what I mean.
I'm super excited for all my fans to check out the awesome movie and can't wait for them to see it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I forgot he had a movie. Ooh, damn, a 2 out of 10. Yikes. Ooh, that is it's pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie.
About the movie, it flopped horribly. The movie did so bad that they lost over $10 million over the production cost.
Jesus, that's a lot of money. $10 million? They lost $10 million for that movie? Yeah, man. If I'm gonna make a movie, I'm gonna make a good movie at least.
Ryan World's movie flopped so hard at the box office that they couldn't even make $1 million back. And the reason as to why no kids whatsoever showed up to watch his movie couldn't be more obvious. Ryan's World used to be the biggest kids channel on YouTube 8 years ago. As a matter of fact, Ryan used to be the most popular and highest paid YouTuber ever at one point. I mean,
I've heard about this kid. Let me see. Go back a little bit.
8 years ago. As a matter of fact, Ryan used to be the most popular and highest paid YouTuber ever.
So Ryan Kaji 9 earns 29.5 million as this year's highest paid YouTuber. What the fuck? What, 30 million in 1 year? Holy fucking shit, dude. What the fuck? Yo, this kid makes bro, what the hell? Holy shit, dude. His parents took all the money. Yeah, 100%, dude. They probably wasted it on stupid shit. I wouldn't be surprised if the parents took the money and decided not to invest, college for his future, invest some of that money into stocks, for his future, or investments on anything, they probably just wasted it on dumb shit, probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Ever at one point. I mean, damn, bro. Ryan's parents made more than $100 million out of their kid. Ryan has to be one of the most profitable child slaves there is. Ryan's success 8 years ago had a lot to do with him being a toddler himself and him being very relatable to kids. But the Ryan of today ain't a toddler no more, bruh. I don't know about you guys, but there's just something personally that rubs my meat the wrong way when it comes to child celebrity, child stardom. I mean, bruh, hasn't Hollywood taught us anything? Leave them kids alone, bruh. I mean, think about it. You're forcing them kids to work, you give them tight schedules, and you sacrifice their childhood. No 13-year-old whatsoever wants to act like a toddler, which is made evident just by looking at Ryan's face. Look at him. My man's looks like he's of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't make my kid, do YouTube or whatever, like I'll do family vlogs, but once my kid is like doesn't want to be, it's like from time to time, from time to time I'll do a family vlog if we go on vacation, or I'm recording my kid's first walking or something like that, or just going out and about, like sometimes I'll do it, sometimes I won't do it, like that'll happen. That'll definitely happen in the future. I'll definitely become a PewDiePie. And do some family vlogs from time to time. Not all the time, but from time to time.
That perk. We're talking about being one day away from having a mental breakdown. Let's talk about the negative mental health effects that being a child celebrity has on a kid. I mean, you can count on your fingers the amount of child stars who.
But I definitely don't want my kid becoming a YouTube star at a young age. I just want them. I'd rather have them have a childhood than becoming a you know, a young influencer. You know, kid influencer. Quotation marks.
Turn out to be fine as adults, which obviously makes sense. I mean, when you're forced to act like a baby, like a toddler, until you're like 18 years old, 20 years old, that's bound to drive anyone crazy. These child stars are literally sacrificing their childhood while the parents are yonking all the money. This is literally child labor. Make no mistake, child stardom is just another word for child slavery. Let's be real. Look at JoJo Siwa, for example, the perfect contrast to Ryan Kiji. She's a former child celebrity who used to pretend to be an 8-year-old kid until she was 18, 20 years old.
What is JoJo? Welcome back to JoJo's Every Single Wednesday. It's just every single Wednesday. And you guys know so today.
Yo, this is the first thing you see when you go to the sped classroom by accident. Now, what you just saw was JoJo Siwa.
I have no idea what she just said, to be honest. I did not understand. I did not understand a single word that came out of her mouth, to be honest. I was like so fucking baffled of what she just said. I thought she cussed at me for a second there.
When she was still a child star, when she was 16, 17 years old. And this is her now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that actually. That's weird. Is that her? Is that her over there? Why is she doing this in an arcade?
Like, what the f am I even looking at? Bruh, she looks like she's got 50 pronouns.
What the hell am I even looking at? What the hell
I
is
mean, 50
that?
mental disorders. Some people would say that's the same thing.
What is
I'm not gonna
that?
say that. I'm not gonna say that. You know something's wrong with her mentally when she went from pretending to be a kid to now pretending to be a sped version of Bob the Builder. And why is she doing something sus to an invisible pee-pee in this clip? But this is what awaits Ryan if he keeps pretending to be a toddler until he turns 20 years old. But make no mistake, Ryan is but a puppet in Ryan's world. That's right, his parents are the greedy, selfish masterminds who are sacrificing Ryan's childhood for money.
Ryan, are you gonna keep making YouTube videos?
I think I will keep going for a while, yeah.
Oh, guys, look at how Ryan's dad looks at him as soon as that question is asked. You better say yes, Ryan. You've got 50 more years.
You heard how he paused a little bit, like he kind of fumbled a little bit on the answer for that. Like he definitely did not want it to, you know, he definitely did not want to continue. Like I assume eventually he does want to stop and, you know, go his own life, you know, do his own thing, you know.
Years in you to keep acting like a kid. Remember the contract you signed when you were 3 years old? This whole interview was just so awkward to watch because it was literally the parents answering 90% of the questions. And whenever Ryan would actually say something, you'd literally see the dad look at him real quick as if to insinuate that his parents prepared a list of answers for Ryan to regret.
Yeah, they did. They definitely, you can tell that he is starting to get into his rebellious age, you know. Usually young teenagers or so, like especially young teenager guys or so, usually have a rebellious phase, especially girls too as well. Well, I never had a rebellious phase. My sister did, my younger sister did, but not me though. But he's definitely in that time or so where he's gonna become super rebellious towards his parents.
Regurgitate. Even the comments were pointing this out. I mean, it's funny how this is meant to be a Ryan interview, but it really didn't feel like Ryan was the one being interviewed. Let's keep talking about Ryan's parents, because they are way greedier and selfish than you might think. You know, it's really hard for me to believe that Ryan is anything more than a cash cow to his parents when I see stuff like this. Ryan's parents are so—
Bro, if my kid randomly made like 30 million a year from YouTube itself, right? 30 million, right? 30 million, what is that like? Here, let's do the calculation, right? So I did that, right? Divide that by 12. He made roughly $2.5 million every single month for 12 months. That's how much he basically made, rough estimate, you know. He made $2.5 million per month. Imagine that. How the fuck do you need even any more money off of that, you know? You can literally retire and not having to work ever again in your entire life, to be honest. Like honestly, straight up, you can literally use that money to buy a house to retire and like invest on you know, put that on the college fund for him. Go put in some stocks, put some of the money in stocks, you know, invest and have it there, you know, and everything, you know. But like we all know for a fact that he's not having that money, 2.5 million. I wouldn't be surprised if later on in the future that he wants the money once he reaches like at a certain age, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if he wants to leave when he becomes 18 years of age. If he's 13 years now, right? He needs to wait about 5 years from now, and that'll be in 2029 when he becomes 18 years of age, when he's legally an adult, you know. I'd be curious if he still wants to you know, if he still wants to like stick around and everything like that. I'd be curious on that actually.
So greedy that they literally turned their 3-year-old son into a living McDonald's commercial. That's right, Ryan's parents would literally accept sponsorships from
I have no idea what the fuck the parents did, but like, how do you fucking spend $2.5 million a month? You know, that's like almost impossible for me. You know, like I like what the fuck would I spend it on? You know, I'm trying to think what would I spend it on if I made $2.5 million a month, right? What would I spend it on? If I already have a house, there's no point of buying another house. If I have a car, there's no point of me spending on a car. Maybe like spend a little bit on a gacha game, but like that's even then, that's like that barely even cracks like 0.1% though out of a gacha game. I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know. Like it's not like I've never realized when you like sit down or so and then you have like $2.5 million in front of you and you're just kind of like you're just kind of like first you're gonna be like super happy and super shocked, right? You're just like, whoa, that's crazy, I won this much money. But then like you're just kind of like thinking, it's just like, all right, what the fuck do I spend it on, you know? Like for me specifically, I probably would invest on like maybe crypto or like maybe some stocks or something. I'll probably like hire somebody for stock stuff, you know. I'll get like a professional or so for that shit to handle that stuff. Or someone can teach me. I know a friend of mine can teach me probably a little bit. But then like I think the most thing I would do or so, right, is I would probably use that money to like help my mom overall, you know. I would like try to find ways or so to help out her health. She's having a little bit of health issues because she's getting old, so I just never work a 9 to 5 again. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, you would never work a 9 to 5 ever if you made $30 million a year. You know, so roughly $30 million a year. Like I would definitely do things for my mom to knock off her bucket list before she has to go back to the void and rest for a really long time. So until I come back to the void, because eventually I'll have to go back to the void one of these days. So yeah, I'd probably do things to kick off, you know, the bucket list off my mom. That's about it. Not only I have a car, a house, and a high-end PC in a 2.5 million alone, I'd also have 10 businesses chains to spend it on, along with creating my own business monopoly on my town here in the Philippines within a decade. For me specifically, I just rather help my mom. I don't know. I just rather help my mom personally, so that's about it. So, but she'll eventually go back to the void. So, I might as well spend some time with her, and knock some stuff off her bucket list that she wants to do. You know, that she never got the chance to do in her entire life. So I wouldn't even bother about businesses and stuff like that. So I'd rather do it for my family, for my mom. So.
Junk food companies and promote them to millions of kids who watch them. But you just know Mr. Beat My Meat, Logan Paul, and KSI would be proud. It got so bad that they literally got in trouble by the FTC for not properly disclosing their sponsored segments and for straight up advertising to toddlers who are way too young to receive targeted ads. You just know when this picture was taken, by the way. His parents told him to smile for the thumbnail, which reminds me of this classic.
Act like you're crying. Really quick.
I am crying. Mom, I'm actually seriously crying.
No, I know, but go like this. Go like
I remember this video. I've seen this video before. This was a crazy video to see.
this. Put one hand up. Go like this. No, go like this.
Bro, you can't help but laugh at how messed up this is. But this is why I have exactly zero respect for parents who force their kids to become child celebrities. Because you just know 100 times out of 100, they're always forcing their kids into doing stuff that's gonna generate the most engagement. Until at some point, the parents stop looking at their kid like they're their kid and start viewing them as nothing more than a cash cow. And that is exactly what's happening with Ryan. Because I'm sorry, but when your own kid looks like he's of that perk and is pretending to be a toddler even though he's 13 years old, well, it's hard to believe that he's not being treated like a child slave and nothing more than a cash cow. But like I said earlier, Ryan's success 8 years ago had a lot to do with him being a toddler himself and him being relatable to kids. But because Ryan is not a toddler no more and no longer relatable to kids, his views plummeted. Kids don't want to watch a grown-up play with toys. But despite all of that, Ryan's parents are in denial and are not—
Well, I assume he wants to go more into electronic stuff, you know? Like the older, I assume like the older you get, right? You're more into like electronic stuff, you know?
not only forcing their own kid to keep pretending to be a 4-year-old, but they're also to this very day re-uploading old clips of Ryan from when he was a toddler. And they're doing that with the hope of regaining their old viewership by tricking potential new kid viewers into thinking that Ryan is still a toddler. You know why this proves—
That's crazy. That's actually really wow, dude. Man, their parents are such greedy assholes, to be honest. Wow, dude. Wow, they're just re-uploading old videos.
to me that Ryan is nothing but a cash cow in his parents' eyes? Because doing this shows me that if there was a potion that prevented you from aging, guaranteed they would have forced Ryan to drink that crap when he was 4 years old. I just love how instead of doing what any normal loving parents would have done, which is adapt to your son growing up and change the channel's direction in a way that reflects best Ryan's current age, they'd rather be stuck in the past and keep re-uploading.
That's true. That's very true. They should have changed the channel towards something a little bit more different, because you know he's not gonna be a kid for forever. It's impossible. I'm like, even parents know this shit. But if you're neglecting or so and ignoring this rule of thumb, you know, it's just kind of like, well, you're just a terrible parent at the end of the day, you know. Of course, hell, I'm in it. I actually do better at on working in electronics. If only I went to college with a degree instead.
Old clips of Ryan.
Ryan's World channel, the existing one, maybe, yeah, like you said, animated character could take over a little bit.
Thank you for the followers. So welcome. An animated person to take control over for the main channel for Ryan. That makes no sense. That probably is gonna do a lot worse, to be honest.
And we would probably start casting some other on-camera kid talents and then on-camera talents who could carry same essence that Ryan had.
That's right.
They want to hire a different kid that has the same energy as Ryan when he was younger to basically keep the legacy going.
Because Ryan is way too old now, it's time to replace him with a new child slave. It's honestly crazy to me how they'd rather replace Ryan with a new child slave instead of letting him do what he wants with his YouTube channel. I personally don't know what he's into, but let's say he's into Minecraft. Why not let him make gaming videos on the Ryan World's channel? Why not?
That's true. That's true. He can definitely like you can see him, like, it would be nice to see him like age through the history of like through his YouTube from like him being a small kid to now being a teenager, and then now being an adult, and and then there we go, and he does whatever he wants.
Not let Ryan do what he wants. I think we can all agree at the very least that Ryan doesn't want to keep acting like a 3-year-old in his YouTube channel. Smash like if you agree.
Do you ever feel any pressure?
Not a lot. Not usually.
Once again, look at how he looks at his dad. And look at
That's crazy. Look at the fucking stare that he's giving to his own kid, dude. Dude, just look at that stare. That's a crazy ass fucking... Look how serious he looks too as well when he stares at him.
Look at how his dad went from a straight face to a fake smile real quick. As soon as Ryan looked at him, it's as if he's saying, "Yeah, Ryan, you know what the right answer is. We rehearsed the answers in the car."
Seeing like all the different moving pieces that are involved with like YouTube and running a business is easy to feel that.
Yeah, we try to shield him from any of the, the business part, right? We really want to keep it fun. For him as much as possible.
Yeah, I'm sure Ryan's having the time of his life. In no world whatsoever can you convince me or anyone who's not brain dead watching this video right now that Ryan is genuinely having fun doing this. This is just my opinion, but I've got no doubt in my mind that his parents are brainwashing Ryan, putting a lot of pressure on him, and saying manipulative stuff like, "Yeah,
This is probably gonna affect him pretty badly or so when he gets older, or even when he's like going to school too as well. Like, I'm surprised no kids bully him and be like, "Oh, look, it's that Ryan kid or so that like his parents treat him like a baby," I'm surprised no bullies actually has kind of bully him for that sort of nature, Be like, "Oh, you're gonna you're gonna go back to mommy and daddy like a baby or something." I'm surprised. Like, I'm really surprised that nobody has ever tried to bully him in this sort of nature, Then I would assume his parents would have to listen to him. Like, I would assume, but I doubt it though.
Yeah, you might not like acting like a 3-year-old, but sometimes in life, you have to work a job you don't want to do. Now, that would be a great lesson if it wasn't for the fact that Ryan is 13 years old and his greedy parents are already loaded with money. How much money is enough? But you know what, guys? Maybe we have it all wrong. I've seen Ryan's World Defenders saying that Ryan is lucky to have parents like that who managed to help him get generational wealth. Okay, and what if they didn't make generational wealth? Like most child slip. What about the crazy families who try to make it big, like Ryan's World, and force their kids to do stuff they don't want to do, but don't make it anywhere? That logic really falls flat really quickly. Just remember that this
199,999. 1 million. Morning workout complete.
is Ryan's childhood. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's not a childhood.
Here in the Philippines, there once was a show named Ako Budoy, where they showed an adult acting like a child due to his mental illness. And I feel like Ryan's World is this, but he's forced into that state. He is definitely like, his parents are definitely holding on, like they're holding grips or so for him not to, Yeah, dude, this is just bad. This is just, honestly, it's just really bad overall, to be honest.
1 million.
That's AIDS.
Honestly, like, this just makes the parents look really bad. When I first saw that interview video, right? I was literally looking at the parents, and I was like, why is the dad like super serious, and then he turns like a really smiling face or so when he gives like the correct answer, Plus also like Ryan didn't really talk much in that interview. It was mostly freaking what's his face, his parents did all the talking for it, It's just Jesus Christ, man, this is terrible. I would never make my kids do something like that. I'd rather have them have a fun childhood, and actually live as a kid, I don't know. Personally, like I'll record vlogs from time to time, like PewDiePie. I think those are kind of all right. There's no problem with that specifically. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Honestly, crazy in my personal opinion. It's pretty crazy. I wouldn't personally do that. But hey, man, in human nature, money is always part of the sin when it comes to humans, so I'm not surprised at the end of the day. I don't know. Sure, man. Ask the dad. Maybe he wasn't pumping. Maybe he wasn't pumping enough fluids or so. Anyways, yeah, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff, and yeah, Ryan Kaji, or also known as Ryan's World. It's definitely coming to an end. 100% is coming to an end. But anyways, yep, very interesting. Very interesting ending. I feel pretty sorry for Ryan, in my personal opinion, but oh well. That's it. We just gotta wait about 5 years. Yes, 5 years until he becomes a legal adult. And then we'll see what happens if he actually breaks out and then starts, you know, saying mad shit about his parents, you know. That's usually when the whole mental breakness is happening. So, but yeah, anyways, that's the end of the video, and